and welcome to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for the 28th of June 2023. Now, today we are again going to talk about the Uniform Civil Code in our editorial article section, and it is titled The Civil Code Debate and has been taken from the Indian Express. Now, for the following two segments, we will have the news update and the legal news. Now, in today's article about the civil code debate, it basically talks or has again come to the limelight because the Prime Minister of India has openly voiced his support and made a pitch for the adoption of the Uniform Civil Code. This happens a week after the 22nd Law Commission sought the reviews of the public on the matter. Now, what was the debate by the Constituent Assembly? And when we talk of this, has it never crossed the minds of the people who made our constitution that we should have something of the nature of a uniform civil code? Now, the Constituent Assembly witnessed a long discussion on a common civil code while adopting it as a directive principle. While some of the people did agree that yes, we should come with a civil code that is uniform and it gives a equal pedestal to all the citizens of the country, some of the members of the Constituent Assembly came forward and stated that this was not true because the need to identify with the personal laws of a religion was a fundamental law. And if someone were to come and standardize the laws and therefore make a person bereft of these nuances of personal laws, that would not be something which would uphold the core principles of the Indian Constitution. And even if we were to say that, yes, people could sacrifice some of their rights in order to come forward and agree to one equal footing for everyone, how do we decide on what is a standardized version? We have so many religions inside our country. Even if we talk of Hindus as a whole, there are bifurcations even within the Hindus. We have the Mitakshara system, we have the Dayabhaga system. Which one do we take as one cardinal principle based on which all the other religions will come forward and agree to lead their life? And why would they agree to it? Now, thus, after debating all of this, the Constituent Assembly agreed that yes, let's leave it up to the state to come up with something in the future course of time. And even if they did come up with something, even if the parliament one day could unite all the people across all walks of life and religion to come up with a uniform civil code, the imposition of the same would be voluntary. You could not just go forward and force everyone to accept it. Now, what has SC stated on the matter? Now, the Supreme Court of India has always, if not always, for quite some time, supported the idea of a uniform civil code, and this mentality has shown in multiple landmark rulings. For instance, in the case of Shahabano, which was in 1985, the Supreme Court ruling upheld the right to alimony of a Muslim woman. Now, this was something that was done to benefit women and not to further personal laws of a particular religion. Even in the case of Sarla Mudgal 1995, which talks about polygamy and how some people convert into Muslims just to enjoy or just to solemnize multiple marriages. So, in this case, the Supreme Court again held that it was undeniable that the Uniform Civil Code was a need at some point in the country. But while making these statements, the Supreme Court also accepted that it was the job of the elites of the society, the people who were at the higher echelons, to create a society where once the Uniform Civil Code would be implemented, it would not create any disruptions. And if any disruptions would come to light, the same would be resolved amicably in a manner where the person did not feel violated or did not feel ignored by the state machinery. Now, what the 22nd Law Commission will come to a conclusion based on the reviews by the public and the recognized religious organizations is something yet to be seen. Now, with this, we move on to the news updates for the day. Firstly, we have Assam's first underwater tunnel to come up under Brahmaputra. The first underwater tunnel in Assam will be built between Numaligarh and Gopur, according to the Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, at a cost of Rs 6,000 crores. The tenders in this respect would open next month, he added. This will be the first railroad tunnel to cross the Brahmaputra River in northeast India. Secondly, we have Alappuzha Dr. K. Venugopal selected for the IMA award. The award was instituted by the Indian Medical Association on the occasion of National Doctors' Day. Dr. K. Venugopal has been selected for the award in the category of community service. He is the chief consultant in respiratory medicine at the General Hospital Alappuzha, which is a city in Kerala. The award ceremony will be held on the 1st of July 2023 at the Indian Medical Association headquarters in New Delhi. Hasaranga equals 33-year-old ODI record. Wanindu Hasaranga has created history on Saturday as the Sri Lanka spinner became the second bowler even in ODI history to take three consecutive five-wicket hauls. Hasaranga achieved the feat in the ICC World Cup 2023 qualifying match against Ireland, 33 years after the Pakistan pacer Walker Younis did it for the first time. Now, in the international news segment of the day, we have firstly Global Competitiveness Index 2023. India has ranked 40th on the latest World Competitiveness ranking released by the International Institute for Management Development, IMD. The country has slipped three spots from last year, but is still positioned better than the 43rd rank in 2019 to 2021. According to the IMD's World Competitiveness Center report, India progressed in government efficiency but lagged in business efficiency, infrastructure, and economic performance. Key contributing factors to the country's score were exchange rate stability, compensation levels, and advancements in pollution control. Secondly, we have center-right Kyriakos Mitsotakis, new PM of Greece. Greece's center-right leader Kyriakos Mitsotakis is to be sworn in as the prime minister today after winning a second term with a record high margin. With a 99.67% of the votes counted, Mitsotakis' New Democracy Party had 40.55% of the vote, more than twice the main opposition, Syriza's 17.84%. 55-year-old Mitsotakis, who is a Harvard graduate and a former baker, comes from one of Greece's most prominent political families. Now, this is because his late father, Constantine Mitsotakis, had served as the prime minister of this country in the 1990s. His sister has served as a foreign minister, and his nephew is the current mayor of Athens. Thirdly, we have FIFA appoints Indonesia as under 17 World Cup host. Now, if you remember correctly, FIFA had appointed Peru as the country that would be taking on as the helm of under 17 World Cup. But the Peru government has come forward and stated that the budget that it has, it will basically go forward and ensure that it meets the domestic needs of the country, as well as Peru being one of the countries that is severely hit by natural catastrophes. It would require a significant amount of its domestic budget to cater to these catastrophes or events of emergencies. And in response to this, the International Federation Association of Football, or the FIFA, has announced Indonesia as the host of the 2023 Under 17 World Cup, thus replacing Peru. Previously, when the discussion about Indonesia had come forward with respect to the Under 17 2023 World Cup, the International Federation of Association of Football, or the FIFA, had stated that Indonesia would not be able to grant protection, proper protection, to players from certain nations, for example, Israel. However, this caveat has then since then been removed, and FIFA has now agreed to rest the matters in the hand of Indonesia. In addition to appointing Indonesia as the host, FIFA has also announced Colombia as the host of 2024 Under 20 Women's World Cup and Dominica as the host of Under 17 Women's World Cup. For the legal updates today, caste has no role to play in the appointment of temple priests. Now, the Madras High Court, in a very significant ruling, that is in the case of Muthu Subramania Gurukkal versus the Commissioner, HR&CE Department, and others, has reiterated that while appointing archakas to a temple, the caste has no role to play when the person otherwise fulfills all other requirements. The court added that in temples governed by the agama, the trustees, fit person, only have to ensure that the archaka or sthanikam to be appointed is well versed and properly trained to perform the puja as per the agama. So this was all for today. For free study materials and TNA PDF slides, please join our Telegram channel, the link of which you can find in the description given below, or you can always scan the barcode that is given on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe our channel on YouTube to stay up to date with the thorough newspaper analysis as it comes out every day. Thank you.